Hello and welcome back to the Little Craft House. Today I was originally going to do a colour mixing tutorial with you guys, but instead I ended up doing I suppose it's a textured tutorial instead. It was a bit of an experiment. I was just looking at different ways that I could make some granite effect clays. So by adding different types of things I just had around the home to add to the polymer clay to give it that granite look and texture. So normally I like to create bright, fun and sparkly earrings, but occasionally I like to create something that's a little bit more neutral. So I thought that if I came up with a bank of ideas for making granite effect clays, that they could become something that I could use with more plainer colours and maybe be the feature of a more simpler design. So today I am just going to be using the white clay. However, this would work well with any colour clay, especially those more neutral, muted down colours, because the granite effect will really show out nicely in those colours. So unlike my normal tutorials where I give exact measurements of clays to create a colour, today I'm just going to be giving the idea of the item that you can add into your clay to give the granite effect. So I have started by cutting out a bunch of white circles, but then the amounts of the items that I'm going to be adding will actually be more of a personal preference depending on how much you want your clay to have the effect. So sometimes when I've done things like this before, I only want a light amount of effect, whereas another time I might want it quite heavy. So it kind of comes down to what you're needing for the item that you're making. So that being said, our first mixture we're going to do today is going to include Primo Grey Granite, and I am actually going to portion this just so that you can see the amount that it takes to make the granite effect show. So I'm going to add 2 portions of the grey granite to 1 portion of white, and I'm just going to mix these together and I'll show you how it turns out. Okay, and there we go. Looks good. And something else just to note with this one as well is that it's actually quite a smooth texture. So even though it's got that granite effect clay, the inclusions within it are actually quite fine. So it's not rough or it's not going to scratch you if you're using it or wearing it. And also it's not going to fall apart either. It's actually quite included within it. It bonds together really nicely. Right, so I will just make a little list here of what we are using so that we can compare them all at the end. Okay, next up I'm actually going to do 3 different versions. So this way is by adding some foil. So like our gold leaf foil, but we're going to add black foil. I've also got some purple foil and also some red foil. So I thought we could do some coloured granite. Whoops, already losing some of it. So let's start with that red. So I've just rolled it thinner so that we can cover as much of it as possible with the foil. Okay, so just whilst I'm mixing these up, I just wanted to take a quick moment for a little bit of self-promotion, and I just wanted to let you guys know that this March I'm going to be launching some memberships here on YouTube. So I will still be creating weekly free tutorials, so make sure that you've hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on those. But I'm also going to be offering some different levels that will include things like member-only tutorials, there'll be tips and tricks, there'll be blog posts, plus tips for turning your hobby into a successful business. So keep your eyes peeled for those because that will all be launching very soon. Okay, and so this is how the foil granites turned out. They look pretty good, and I really like that there is endless opportunities for the colours that you can choose too, because there is just so many different versions of the foil available. So next up, we're going to get a little bit messy. So I'm going to get some baking paper down first because that's going to catch some of our mess. And I'm just going to get my piece of clay ready. So as you noticed before, or you might have noticed before, I just give it a bit of a roll out just to stretch the clay out to start with. This will just help with the mixing process because we're going to be able to get the most amount of, in this case, glitter onto the clay as possible. So I've got this glitter here. It is a super fine glitter. So I'm hoping that this isn't going to be too rough because glitter can sometimes be a little bit rough when added in to the clay. Now, something that I'm just sort of noticed here as I'm pouring it out, see how there was just that fine little bit to start with? If you wanted to, you could possibly just give that fine little sprinkling and roll it in on top just so that it pushed down, and that would be all you would need to do if you didn't want to completely encase it with clay. So that would be an option, is just to put it on top, and then you'd probably need some sort of sealant though to hold it in place. But I'm going to mix it through the clay, and then hopefully it's going to hold a little bit nicer and actually be at one with the clay. Now, I will admit, I did find this one a little bit harder to mix in. It wasn't sticking quite as well. So sometimes if there was a little bit of an air bubble where the glitter was, it was kind of coming out a little bit. So I just had to keep mixing and mixing and mixing. Now, if I was doing this for a project, I would probably have to leave that clay then for a little while just to settle, because it got very warm and sticky from me constantly mixing it to get that glitter mixed through. But apart from those couple of negatives with it, it actually turned out looking really good, and it isn't actually that rough to touch either. So I was thinking it might be a little bit rougher, but it's pretty smooth. So it is actually a really good option for the granite look. So whilst I was on the idea of multiple versions, I thought I would try it with some gold glitter as well, just to see what a gold granite effect would look like. And again, along much the same lines as the foil, there is obviously so many different colours of glitter available that you could change this up and pretty much have any version of glitter added to it that you wanted. You could also add different textured glitters too, so the more chunkier ones would also work. Okay, next up I've got another kind of messy one. So once again, just going to stretch out that clay a little bit and pop it onto the baking paper. Right, so this time we are going to be using pepper. So peppercorns from out the kitchen cupboard, and I'm just going to grind it over the top and then mix it in. Now at this point the smell is quite strong and smells quite nice, smells like pepper. But once I baked it up, I gave the clay a little bit of a sniff and I actually couldn't smell the peppercorns anymore, so it must have dulled the smell whilst being in the oven. Now, another thing with the peppercorns is that I really liked that it was different sizes of the grit that was going into it, but the only problem was it was having a little bit of difficulty sticking into the clay. So I was finding as I'm mixing it, some of those bigger pieces were literally just popping back out. So I was trying to add them back in. It was also slightly cracking the clay as well a little bit. I think because it was kind of, if it wasn't sticking to the piece of peppercorn properly, it was kind of separating a little bit, giving it a crack look. But I think if I was to use the peppercorns and I did it more of like a hand-shaped piece, then that would work really well. Probably wouldn't work as well with cutters. And I also think that if I was using a cutter with this, it would create a bit of drag along the edge. So it wouldn't be as nice to use for those more intricate pieces. But in saying that, I really did like the finished overall look of the peppercorns. Okay, next up. This one didn't work quite as well. I think I have done this one before and I just pushed them into the top. So they're these little black glass beads. So they are glass, they're not plastic, they're not going to melt in the oven. But today I try and mix them through the clay. I think when I had used these previously for a bit of a look, I just pressed them in on top and then put resin over the top to seal them in. Again, because I think they're quite big and I'm only using a small piece of clay, they didn't want to stick nicely within the clay. I think you would also come into lots of difficulty if you were trying to cut nice straight lines with a knife, because your knife's going to hit these beads and drag through. So overall, this one probably isn't as successful to use for that granite effect. All right, so next up, this one is kind of similar. So I've got some little crystal chips here. So there's some different sizing within it. And to be honest, if I was able to get out more of the smaller crushed pieces, it would probably work a little bit better. But I think I got some of the bigger pieces here, so it didn't work quite as well. But in saying that, it is still quite a nice effect, and it's also something a little bit different because you could market it as crystal infused jewelry, and yeah, it's just something a little bit different, and it is still quite a nice effect. Okay, so the last granite effect that we are going to do is my favourite, probably for a couple of reasons. So see how I've got this bead here that had the chip on the end? Usually I wouldn't have much that I would be able to use it for. I am, however, going to grate it down, and we're going to use some polymer clay gratings in the clay to create the granite effect. So I like this effect because it's pretty simple to do. You can choose any of the colours that you've got in your collection to use, and you can either bake up scraps and then use those to grate, or you could use pieces that haven't quite turned out right, like I've got here. The only downside is that it does take a little while to get grating, and I've only got this big grater as well. I think this was one originally from IKEA. I need one of those little, like, is it a cinnamon stick one that you can get? They're much smaller, and then the blade bits are probably a little bit closer together as well. I was just using the one blade on this bit, so it did take quite a while. But it is a really good technique because you're able to use up all of those scrappy bits, and even if you've got dirty clay, you can bake it up in the oven and then do this because you're not going to see the dirt show through. So yeah, it's a good way to use up scraps and create something really pretty from those scraps. Something else that you could do similarly is using the little drilling bits. So once you've been drilling all your earring holes, you know how you get those little drill bits left over? You could collect those up, pop them into a bowl every time you do your drilling, save them up over time. That would also work really well. All right, so popping this into the clay to mix it through. And honestly, I think this colour combination just worked really well as well. It really ended up being one of my favouriteest colour combination that we did today. And with this little piece here, the back actually turned out looking better than the front, which was pretty cool. Okay, so that brings us to the end now. Here's the list of all the things that we used today to create those textures. Hopefully you guys find some inspo in this and create some really cool, fun granite effects for your clay as well. So thanks for joining me today, and I'll be back again next week with another tutorial. I'll see you then. Bye!